Hey y'all, it's Abby from Make Life Your Runway, and I'm here with a makeup organizational video and potentially just a small declutter maintenance situation. So if that sounds like something you'd like to watch, then just keep watching. Here we go. He knows when the camera's on. He's like, oh, I'm thirsty. This is Morty, 17-year-old Pomeranian, little baby boy. Okay, so we need to start with putting all of this makeup away. Spring makeup capsule, travel makeup. We went to see family for a weekend. Then over here, spring makeup capsule, some decluttered makeup already. I'm going to put it 100% away. I already emptied out this top drawer. And then for the next Shop My Stash, we're just going to start like 100% fresh. I'm even putting away all the foundations, all the primers, everything. We'll just start fresh and go from there. So the first thing is going to be moving everything back into my collection. My makeup collection is in here. Just an overview because it's been a long time since I have shown this, but this is bronzers and highlighters with highlighter palettes in the back. All blushes and blush palettes here in the back. Face powders, some tools back here, single eyeshadow products, couple palettes. This is face palettes and larger eyeshadow palettes. These are the rest of my eyeshadow palettes, more of the just like normal size. We'll start with this first. This is just a makeup bag that I took to when I saw family, so we'll put it away and talk a little bit about each product. I'm not intentionally going to get rid of anything, but as we put things back, if I see something that I'm like, I think I can pass this along, we'll go ahead and make those decisions. Alright, we have the Warrior palette by Juvia's. This is really nice. I enjoyed using it with my spring makeup capsule, but we'll go ahead and put that back. I pulled out the Sweet Tea bronzer by Too Faced to take up to families. Love this, but we will go ahead and put that back. I also grabbed out Tarte Expose blush. So good. I took this up to see family. We will finally put away the It Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi. You know she'll make her comeback at some point, but we'll go ahead and put that back. Oh, we have another highlighter. I love this one, the MAC highlighter. This one is in Soft and Gentle. I am going to put back powders, and again, I'll just pull them as I need them. I also had grabbed out the e.l.f. mini palette in Pumpkin Pie. This is so good. Definitely neglected through my collection, but that was nice. We are going to declutter this Essence mascara, the Lash Princess. It's just old. I have the Too Faced brow wig. This is an eyebrow gel. We're going to put this actually back on my vanity. Then we have all of these brushes. Oops. That need to be washed. So we're going to add these to the dirty brush bin that we need to get to. And then we have a Too Faced pomade and a pencil brow shaper and filler. This is in taupe. We'll go ahead and just put this back in my collection. In my collection, I meant my vanity. Okay, these are all the spring capsule products that I really enjoyed using, and I know that I want to keep in my collection. Sorry you can see this ugly light over here, but let's go ahead and put these back. Alright, we have a couple of bronzers, so we'll start with those. We have ColourPop, and then we also have the L'Oreal Infallible bronzer. We have a couple of face palettes. So we have, this highlight palette. The Morphe one, Bretman Rock, and I think it will just kind of fit back here. Oh, wait, those are blushes. Hello, hello. Oh, another bronzer by Milani. This is a face palette, Lucky Glow. I like that one. Oh, more highlighters, Makeup Revolution. some blushes. Alright, we are going to add the face palette here, and then also the bigger eyeshadow palettes. This is just normal size face palette or eyeshadows. Another bin down. Let me fill this with the products on my vanity, and we'll go from there. This bin has my concealers, and it also has my brow pencils. So I'm going to leave all of those in there. And then I also have my lip products, and I will leave those out. But all of these products need to go back into my collection. Okay, I put back the Yinsa cream bronzer. I do like it, but I find I'm just not really rotating it in my collection when it sits out. So maybe having it back in will work out better for me. I wanted to rotate through all of my powder products, but I find I'm just not wanting to commit to one. Like, I thought I would use one up completely, grab another one, but I think I just need to go back to rotating them out. So just adding them all back in to my collection, and then we'll pull them as we need. A little eyeshadow quad, a little bronzer. We'll go ahead and just line up my foundations and my primers. I'll go ahead and just leave these setting sprays out because I don't want them to lay on their side and leak. And these are the only two in my collection, the Milani and the Charlotte Tilbury, so I'll just leave those out. More powder, single eyeshadow, single eyeshadow. For blushes, I really enjoyed this Real Her Not Your Average blush. This was one that I pulled during the spring makeup capsule, and using it with a, what is it called? Like, I really enjoy applying it with a brush like this. So definitely want to keep that. I am going to go ahead and declutter the Auto Bomb. This is Bourbon Street blush. It's just too dark for me even when I apply it with that brush to thin it out a little bit, so we'll pass that along. I'm going to pass along the Essence Blush Lighter. This just doesn't really show up on my face. It doesn't seem like it does anything. So we'll move that out of my collection. I did really love this Lumi Radiant Blush by AOA. So pretty. I do have to layer it because this color itself is a little much. But this one's in Frantic Pink. But I love that. That might end up being like my blush of the summer, but I will put it back for now. Alright, we have a couple of highlighters. We're going to put back the LA Girl Moon Magic Highlighter. I did really enjoy this palette. We'll put it back for now. I actually really like, it's broken, but this IBY little sample of highlighter. The color is just absolutely gorgeous and it wears well. So we'll keep it even though it's falling apart as far as packaging goes. I enjoyed this floss highlighter. It's just fun. This one's in Sunlit. It's kind of like a dewy, almost like liquidy. It just kind of sits on your face all day and draws the light in. It's really pretty. I'll hold on to that. Love the LA Girl strobe light. This one is in 110 watt. So freaking pretty, but we will put that back in my collection. I am going to declutter this Kendra palette. It's just not the right tones for me. I couldn't even bring myself to use it one time because I just know it's not going to be good for me. So I will get rid of that. Also getting rid of this Becca Opal. It's all shattered and I thought I would make it work, but I just won't grab it because it's shattered. So we'll get rid of that. This, I'm going to get rid of the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. This one is in 10. They don't make it anymore. You could probably get it on Amazon, but the smell has gone off, so that means it's time for it to go. And then we'll move these highlighters back in the Laura Geller Gilded Honey, the Rose Quartz Becca little guy right here. And then we have this Nomad highlighter, really pretty champagne color. What's this one in? Kiss of Sunlight, Balmoral Beach. Okay, so there's that. And I think now everything is back in my collection. Let me double check. Yeah, my vanity's looking good. These are all products that I decluttered through the spring makeup capsule along with the products we just talked about. So how many products do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 products decluttered in the last few months. The Kendra palette, like I just talked about. This Pure Fair Life palette. This Butter London palette. It's pretty, but I just won't grab for it. Same with the Dominique Cosmetic Sweater palette. I have these in other palettes that I would probably reach for over this one. We just talked about the Essence Blush Lighter. We just talked about the Maybelline Concealer. Talked about this Balm Blush. And the Becca Highlighter. We just talked about those. Shella Hello Beautiful. Again, a beautiful palette. I just have these colors in other palettes that I would reach for over this. The Wonder Beauty. This is the Double Date Lip and Cheek. Just didn't work out for me. And then Color Rain. This is Selfie Highlighter. It's just a little dark for me, but very beautiful. So those are 11 products that are officially out of my collection. But I thought we would spend a couple of minutes here just looking over, since I haven't been in here in a while, to see if there's anything else that stands out as something I would like to pass along. My collection has some products that are a little bit older, not too old that I can't use them, but too old to pass them along to someone. But with that said, I want to look at my collection and be excited by what I have and not just hold on to stuff to hold on to stuff. So one thing that I want to get rid of is this Bare Minerals bronzer. This I used in the spring capsule. This is in Warmth, and it's just a little patchy on my skin, so we're going to get rid of it. And I just know I'm not going to pull it over other products. I do like this Hannah Lee bronzer. I'll definitely keep that. Maybelline City Bronzer, we'll keep that. You know, I was going to hold on to this, but we'll go ahead and get rid of it. Bronzilla by The Balm. It just takes me a lot of work to build it up on my skin, and I just know I won't reach for it decent product. I just won't reach for it a ton. Move these highlighters out of my way. We'll use the e.l.f. We'll use the NARS. Love my Too Faced. Love Nabla, Revlon, and this Milani one's good. I'm not in love with the L'Oreal one. I think it's kind of picky with other products. But I'll hold on to it for a little bit longer. Love Butter Bronzer, Milani, and Yensa. So that's good. We went ahead and got rid of 2 minis from this section, and I like that it's not super cluttered over here. Then we have highlighters. I've decluttered so many highlighters over the last year or so that I know everything in here are things that I love, I cherish, and I use. So nothing there. I'm not going to go through my palettes because I think we're good there for now. Blush is hard for me to get rid of. There's nothing that stands out as something. Well, okay, let's go ahead and do this. This is the Wet n Wild Passion Session limited edition. I held on to this and I just know I'm not going to reach for it. It's just too dark here and I think a little too dark here. So we will go ahead and move that on. Some of these I really need to dive into for the summertime. I'm not going to do a summer capsule because summer makeup, I'm just going to kind of grab what I want in the moment, but maybe fall we'll do another capsule, but we'll definitely use the next few months to explore my makeup. I know if it's really hot, I just don't want a lot of makeup, so I want to be able to switch out week to week based on the weather and just have that flexibility. But I think that's going to be everything here for blush. So we'll move down. All right, we have some tools. I'm not going to worry about decluttering those. We'll keep those all in here, and then there's nothing back here. I'm not going to declutter any of these powders. I do just want to use them and explore them, and maybe as I use them we can decide on a declutter. Keeping my I only own these 2 foundations, the L'Oreal Nude, or True Match Nude, and the It Cosmetics CC Plus Nude, so I don't feel a need to get rid of those. I only have a few primers, so those are good. Let's go ahead and get rid of this Double Act Ico double-ended pencil. I don't use it. Keep these liners. I'm okay with these singles. I don't feel a need to get rid of those. Alright, face palettes, eyeshadows, bigger palettes. We went through these when we did the spring capsule, and I really don't feel a need to get rid of any of this at this moment in time. Maybe, like I said with the powders, as we use them, maybe we'll declutter at that point, but right now I feel good about this. Very last are my eyeshadow palettes. Nothing stands out as something that I absolutely should get rid of or need to get rid of. A lot of these are older. A lot of my makeup is older, but it still performs well. But I am keeping that in mind as I use makeup and declutter makeup. If it's older, it's not something I use, then it's probably just time to get rid of it. But if it's older, it's something I use, it's in good condition, then I'll keep it. That's kind of how I'm navigating all of this. I'm okay with a smaller collection, but I'm also okay with a larger collection. I'm not actively buying makeup every week, but if something catches my eye, I'll pick it up. But I definitely want to continue to love everything that is in my collection because I have spent so much time building and curating all of this that it's a true joy to have it. Alright, we ended up getting rid of a total of 16 products just by being honest with myself on what I will use versus won't use. Everything with the exception of the Maybelline The Wonder and this pencil is good enough to be passed along to someone. Those things are just kind of older and maybe not hygienic to pass along. So look at us. Oh, probably someone doesn't want that, Becca. But that feels so good. Just finding a few products that are just living rent-free in your collection, just get rid of them. Look at that. a beautiful, clear vanity ready for new products to be added to it. We still have the lipsticks, the setting sprays, and the few products in here. But the next Shop My Stash will be from scratch, and I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for being here. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what makeup has been living in your collection rent-free, because we gotta move it out. Okay, move it out. All right, that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!